We're here at a little lake. I don't even know what the name of this lake is because we have so many of them here in New Hampshire. We got lots of cute little lakes between Manchester and Keene. We're on our drive up to Manchester today to go to the porcupine meeting. I love it here in New Hampshire, especially in the summertime. It's perfect. We're doing a little film talking about why people moved to New Hampshire. I moved here 2-3 years ago because of the FSP, and I met my wife Kat on the internet through the FSP, and I moved here and we got married. And we're going to talk to a whole bunch of people and find out why they moved here and what they like about New Hampshire. And summertime in New Hampshire is a great place to be. You guys can follow me along. This is a normal thing for me to do. I deliver papers in Manchester, and I come to them. We're going to the Merrimack Valley Porcupine meeting. That's the original meeting, and it's the biggest one. And you'll see who's hanging out there today. We'll find out. So we're heading into Manchester, which is the big city here in New Hampshire. About 500,000 people or so. We're going to go right in the middle of town to Murphy's Tap Room, and we'll interview some people and see who's there. I don't even know who will be there. Probably we'll even meet somebody new that's just moved into town that I don't know about.
Sure. The name of my business is Murphy's Tap Room. We're at 494 Elm Street in Manchester. We're across the street from the Verizon Arena. It's the state's largest concert venue. We're 2 blocks away from the Fisher Cat Stadium, which where the state's minor league baseball team plays. Every Tuesday night we have what we call Tap Room Tuesdays, and I generally have a crowd of between 15 and 30 free staters that come in and sit here and drink my beer and buy my food and have a great time and get to know each other. So it works out for everybody. We also have the monthly Merrimack Valley Porcupines meeting here.
You guys don't know this, but my boss, he was a libertarian in Massachusetts. He moved up here 2 weekends ago, so now he's in Windham, New Hampshire. Another new mover. I'm trying to get him to come here. Jason Shakai and I are working on him. We worked on him for a year. Jason Shakai and I did at our workplace, talking over the cubicle wall until he finally moved up here. And it was that postcard from Massachusetts saying you must have health insurance that convinced his wife too. We got a new mover, Jeremy, here for the first time. And we also got another new mover, Dale, here for the first time.
I think what cinched it for me was going to PorcFest, and when I realized how quickly I was making friends, there are all these freedom activists here, people that I get along with so well and make friends with so quickly, made it a really easy decision for me. I liquidated most of my assets so that what I had would fit into my car, except for maybe 1 or 2 boxes of things I could ship. So I have a VW Beetle that I crammed full with just enough space to see out my back window, and I drove for 24 hours solid.
Well, it's little by little, just 1 or 2 people each month. The tide doesn't seem to stop. Just 1 or 2 people keep coming in each month, and this is just Merrimack.
Also, Thursday at 6:30, those of you who are interested, we're going to have a meeting of the NH Common Sense Board, plus any activist who's interested in attending. At the meeting Thursday, we'll also talk about our plans to submit another decrim bill. This will be the incremental, boring decrim bill that's already passed several states in the 1970s, but would remove the threat of arrest and incarceration from people who possess small quantities of marijuana. And we think that's an important reform, a nice place to start, a very important step in the right direction.
It took a while for me to find the Free State Project. I had been somewhat active with Young Dems, Young Republicans, some sort of smaller grassroots type movements to bring some fairness and justice back into our communities. When I bumped into the Free State movement, I was very excited just because the energy there and the true spirit of live free or die was definitely present. So far I've had a whole lot of fun. I've been doing some sign waving and some protesting, but also some writing and some thinking, and I've really bumped into some very active and very community-oriented and fair and kind and respectful, wonderful people, and the energy has just been fantastic.
Originally, I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. I was in the restaurant business there for 12 years before moving to New Hampshire. I used the restaurant business as a means to pay for undergrad and graduate school. And I considered opening a restaurant and a bar in the Baltimore area. The regulations that once I looked into it proved to be way too burdensome. The licensing fee alone is $100,000 just to obtain a piece of paper to allow you to sell alcohol. Found the Free State Project, moved to New Hampshire. 3 years later, I own my own business. Licensing fee here is $1,000. The regulations are pretty slim. The level of bureaucracy, regulations, and taxes that I have to deal with here as a business owner compared to what I have to deal with in Maryland is night and day. And that's the number one thing I like about New Hampshire. The taxes are so low, the regulations are so low, that owning a business here is a real option for people.